Hi, just doing a little pruning in my garden. You know, John 15 says, any branch in me that does not produce fruit, he will prune away. And those that do produce fruit, he will prune so that they can be more fruitful. As I was cleaning out my garden, I have some things that are doing great and some other things that are winding down, and I found it very kind of cathartic to be cleaning things out. And as I did, I noticed some of the things I pulled out were not quite done growing. My watermelon still had flowers on it, but reality is, it being this time of the year, I'm not going to get any watermelon from that watermelon plant. So I had to tear it out. My tomatoes are doing so good and being so fruitful that the ones that I had were not getting enough sun because the bushes are so huge. So I did some trimming to prune away some of the branches so that those that are here can get ripened before fall, before it gets too cold and they don't ripen. And I thought about how that is in my own life. There may be things previous in my spiritual life that produce fruit. And maybe they're still producing a little bit of fruit, right? They're not completely dead. But sometimes I think God wants to prune away, maybe totally remove the things that were working so that we can be more fruitful. And the things that are working, He does prune. He does clip away, and so we can produce a greater crop. Now, I'm sure the plants that I prune and the ones that I completely pulled out did not find that a pleasant experience. And sometimes it's not in our own, right? In order to prune, God needs to show us what He needs to prune, and then He needs to do some cutting away and show us what we need to leave behind and what we need to move forward with. And if we want to be the most fruitful, if we want to live the life that God has for us to the fullest, we have to be willing to let Him do the pruning, either to remove the things that are no longer useful in us, or to prune those are so that we can live our most fruitful life. So take time out this week, whether in the garden doing some pruning or wherever you sit with the Lord, and allow Him, ask Him, hey, what areas of my life need to be pruned? Help me to let you do it. And He will do, and you'll have an even more fruitful crop the following year, or even maybe still this year. All right, y'all have a good afternoon. Bye.